Peter, why don't you go ahead and talk to the folks while
I would love to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the absolutely fabulous, brilliant, and my dear friend, Dr. Peter Stapleton.
Thank you, Brad. And thanks everyone who's listening in from whatever corner of the world. And the most interesting thing is that we've had New Year's Eve where I am, and you guys are yet to have it. So I hope you pull up okay when you get to the other side there. So, yes, we are hoping that you are looking forward to a wonderful time with us this morning, this evening, where you are. We've got some great ideas for you. We're going to do some tapping. Anyone feel like tapping just while Brad's getting himself sorted? Feel free to.
Yes,
No,
I do.
technology is challenging me in this moment. I completely love and accept myself. So feel free to literally tap on the computer. I might have been known to do that every now and again, printer here or there, try and give it some love so that things work. So we have got some ideas. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, maybe, or just something that you could take some notes on, even your iPhone or whatever. So I'm going to ask you a question when we get started so that you could jot some notes down just so that you can think about it as we do some tapping. So if you haven't got yourself a pen and paper, go grab one of those as you're waiting. Brad's back with us.
Yes, I am here. And I think we've got everything back where it should be. So
Things were missing.
funny how it goes with these things sometimes, where it's things don't show up exactly as they are planned to. Can Okay, can everyone else? Someone was saying they can't hear us. We got folks from New Zealand and Australia and Melbourne and Swiss. Oh, Switzerland. Wow, you're up late.
Oh, yeah, people are saying things
Hey,
are working.
Robert and Nancy from Oregon. Hey guys, how are you?
There we go. Look at
Atlanta.
that. Full screen. Mars is in retrograde. Wendy, you could be right. Something going on there. All looking good. Thanks, Deborah. Look at all that. Fabulous. Everyone can hear okay.
Okay, everyone can hear okay. Awesome. Then
That
now we'll like really officially let's
start.
so that's going to be the end of 2023, and now we are into the new. And okay, look at that. We've already got like 1,000 people watching live from around the world. Mexico City, the Rocky Mountains, Detroit, Tijuana. Awesome. So thank you all so much for joining us. That's like we did in the promo, just talking about tapping around the world. Because here I'm in Sacramento, Peter's in Gold Coast in Australia, and we've got folks from everywhere in between.
Amazing.
And we are here to wrap up 2023. Well, those of us here in the States are wrapping up 2023. You guys have already seen the future. And set ourselves free to really create an awesome new year.
Yeah, and I think that was our intention, when Brad and I were chatting about this a couple of months ago, just talking about, what is possible, everybody. And, we have come out of some difficult couple of years and everyone acknowledges what's going on there, but really, embracing what could be and what it is for you. What does it mean for you personally? So that's where we were chatting and laughing. And if you've ever seen Brad and I together on screen, we laugh a lot at each other. And that's just our relationship. So, yes. So, yeah, and I guess, Brad, are you okay if I kick off? Because I want to ask everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. And really get you thinking, everybody. And it might be that I just plant a seed now and you take it away today, tonight, tomorrow, and think about it. But, Brad and I were throwing backwards and forwards the title for this as to what will we call this? What would people want? And we landed on the word spectacular. It might mean something else for you, but if you were to, and if you've got pen and paper, grab that now. If not, something that you might be able to make a note on or just store it in your mind. if you were to think about, I might put Brad on the spot here, everyone. If you were to think about if 2024 was to be spectacular for you, and maybe just pick one area in life, it might make it easier. What would that look like? What would it mean if just that one area? I'm going to put Brad on the spot and we'll just see what he comes up with. Brad, if you were to have the most spectacular holiday in 2024, what would that be? So I'm just going to pick one area of a holiday. What would that be? The most spectacular holiday?
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to take Christy as well.
Well, well, as you know, we've been talking about Jazz Fest, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is one of the things that we are looking forward to creating and just having an awesome time there, listening to all kinds of amazing music.
Cool. And if it was truly spectacular, what would it look like? Like truly, because I know you're already going to this. So, but if it was truly magical and spectacular.
Well, it won't rain because
Oh,
historically, one out of the two weekends they often have rain. So that would be really cool if
okay, so the weather's going to be
uh,
fabulous.
we would have great friends there with us.
Right, right.
We have a really great location because we haven't figured out yet where we're going to stay there. So yeah, having a great place where we gather with friends and they're able to easily get to the venue for the
The
event.
weather's perfect. And is there a headline act that you would go, that was spectacular? There's
Well,
someone
so
that you would want to hear.
well, they haven't released the lineup yet, except for the headlining act, which is the Rolling Stones.
The
Who,
Rolling Stones. We're very old, everybody.
yes, yes, we saw them for their 50th reunion tour, and yeah, and I've been around since they started, so
Mm.
yeah.
Fantastic. So if you're listening in, everybody, we've asked you to think about one area in life that in 2024, if it was spectacular, what would that look like? So you might pick health or relationships or finances or a holiday, whatever it might be. But the next question really, and where tapping just plays such a beautiful role, is but what might get in the road of that actually coming true? So if you were to sit with that and kind of say, okay, well, Brad's already going to this jazz fest, but what might get in the road? I mean, you mentioned, oh, look, the weather might be bad and we might not end up with a, place that's close by or it's fabulous or spectacular. But what else comes to mind, everyone listening in, as to, those roadblocks inside us? Brad, have you got anything that you think, oh, what might be a reason it wouldn't happen?
um, well, I know that for me, I sometimes get tied up in the organizing kinds of things, and it's like, oh, trying to find the perfect place, and it's like, oh, and being indecisive about some arrangements. That sometimes gets in my way when I'm planning a big event.
Excellent. So if you're listening in, everyone, and you're writing down some of yours, just write down what they are. Don't judge them. Just write down that list of what are the reasons that area couldn't be spectacular in your life for 2024. And of course, that's where tapping comes into play, that if we can actually reduce any intensity or distress or doubt is the thing I probably tap on. I'm like, well, how much do I doubt that might actually occur or happen in that, perfect way? And if you can reduce that, then you can be in that place where anything is possible. So we don't have to use Brad's one here, because I know Brad, everybody's seen Brad tap, Brad just channels what's coming in here about what's going to get in the road of that spectacular area of life in 2024. That's what we might do some tapping on. So if you've got some notes, everyone, obviously think about those or come back to this afterwards and play it again. So I'm going to ask Brad to kick us off, and then I'm going to come in with some other angles of how we can use tapping for this spectacular opportunity that might actually be there out there in your life for 2024. So Brad, what do you got coming in here? What do you got going on?
All right. Yeah. So everyone, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just feel whatever that resistance might be, whatever those doubts might be, notice where in your body you might be feeling them. Notice on a scale of 0 to 10 how strong they might be. So you can feel in your body where that shows up, where in your body it is, how strong it is. Notice what emotions are there. Notice any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that might contribute to that discomfort. Don't worry about it. It's not about, I have to know exactly what it is. Just allow yourself to be aware of whatever you're aware of. All of this block to manifesting this goal, this outcome, this change. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. All right. Do you want me to lead the first round, or do you want to lead it?
I think we'll leave it in your capable hands for the first round, Brad. I feel like I'm having a private session with Brad.
With over 1,000 of our closest friends.
Yeah.
All right. Even though there's some doubt.
Do you want me to echo, Brad?
Actually, you know what? Maybe do it silently so that, because I know for some folks it gets distracting that way. So cool, thanks. Even though I have some doubts, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I have some doubts, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I have some doubts about achieving what I want, about being able to have it, maybe even about deserving it, even though I have some doubts that might get in the way, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might contribute to these doubts. Because I choose to be that free. All right, starting through the points. All this doubt, all of these doubts, all these doubts about what I want. And there may be part of me that is saying, I'm not sure that I have doubts because I'm not even sure what I want. I may have struggled with this exercise because part of me says, I can't even allow myself to set goals. And that's because I have doubts. I'm so afraid of being blocked by doubts. I may not even allow myself to have goals. And I'm allowing myself to process these doubts, allowing myself to clear these doubts, clearing them at a cellular level, clearing them all the way back through my past, back through all these times in my life where I may have somehow gotten the message that I can't have what I want, that I shouldn't ask for what I want, that I don't deserve what I want. Whatever reasons might be coming up about why I couldn't or shouldn't achieve what I say I want, I'm allowing myself to process that and releasing those blocks. Releasing those blocks from every fiber of my being. Allowing myself to remember that it is an abundant universe and I am a magnificent child of this universe. and I am worthy and deserving of the best this world has to offer. And there is nothing that is too good for me. And part of me might say, oh, that sounds really nice, but that doesn't really match my experience. And I might come up with all kinds of evidence proving why I should have these doubts, why it's sensible to have these doubts, why I need to have these doubts. And I'm processing all of those arguments, allowing myself to release these doubts, allowing myself to be more open to possibilities. Amazing things can happen. Amazing things can happen for me. I am worthy and deserving of great things. Clearing my doubts about that. Releasing any need to hang on to these blocks. Setting myself free to experience great opportunities in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside, and check in with wherever you might have been feeling those doubts or blocks and resistance. And checking in on the scale of 0 to 10. Hopefully that number has come down. Hopefully you're seeing more possibilities. And or we're peeling the layers of the onion. You might have more awareness of, oh, that's why I'm afraid. And feel free to post it.
Yeah. I'd like to keep it going, everyone. If you want to come back here to side of the hand, and like Brad said, make some notes if things are coming up, and you can come back to those later. Here we go. Even though part of me really wants to believe that these wonderful things are possible for me, there's another part of me that's still resisting. But I choose to allow this today. Even though part of me really wants to believe and be open to the possibilities, another part of me is frightened and scared. But I choose to be open. Even though part of me wants to be excited about these possibilities, what could be in my future. Part of me feels small and frightened, afraid of the new. But I choose to allow this today. So coming up to our eyebrows now. I'm listening to the part of me that's frightened. I'm allowing it to be. All of these parts of me are important. And it had a role once in my life. These parts are just trying to protect me, trying to keep me safe. I'm allowing myself to feel all of these parts today. Allowing all of them to make me whole. These parts of me that are scared. Scared of possibility and success. These parts of me that have never known these feelings, that are just trying to protect me and keep me safe. allowing these parts to be, feeling all of these parts today, having all of them have their place, but also feeling the parts that want possibility, staying open to what is possible, knowing that success can also be safe. The part of me that wants to be deserving, the part of me that wants to feel safe and successful. Also feeling the possibility part and allowing myself to feel both. That possibility is also safe. Feeling all of the parts together, allowing them to coexist. I can have success and also feel safe. Feeling in now to the possibility feelings, how that feels in my body. If those areas were spectacular in 2024, feeling how that feels in my body. The feelings of possibility and all the emotions that go with that. And reminding every cell in my body, this is also a safe feeling. The possibility feelings are safe in my body. The emotions of possibility feel safe and secure and successful. So just pause for a moment, everyone, and maybe if you've got some of those feelings of possibility coming up, just leaning into them, even if you just touch them for a little minute and just feel at the same time as those possibility feelings, the security that they can feel safe. I don't know about you, Brad, but sometimes that part that gets threatened can sort of start to resist because it does feel really.
Absolutely. What I say, the extent to which we don't have what we say we want is the extent to which we're resisting it because it doesn't feel safe. That was excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so important to look at that safety that and that's sometimes why we have the doubt is because we're afraid to feel confident because it won't be safe for me to have that.
Mm.
If I had that spectacular thing, what's going to be the what's going to be the negative outcome, the negative consequence of having that? So let's just not even deal with it. Let's just write it off and let's just say it can't happen. So
Yeah. Yeah.
great point. Great point.
Sometimes, and this might be coming up if people are listening in, sometimes it's someone else's voice. And, Brad said this in his tapping rounds about, other generations and what's that's contributed to our current behaviors and thoughts. That sometimes it's just someone else's voice that told us, no, don't do that because that might be unsafe. And they're all highly tappable. That's the thing I love so much about tapping is doesn't matter if it came from somewhere else and you learned it, it's something you can still tap on, that it could just be, it was important for someone else or at that age, but it's okay, I can let that go now.
Yeah. So on that line, so everyone go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. And just breathing comfortably now. Just following your breath through your body. And think about some particular goal, something wonderful that you would like to have happen in 2024. whether it's personal or professional, physical or financial. Think of some, if something that would be on a scale of 0 to 10, it would be a 10. Like this is some outcome. And I want you to put yourself in that outcome, whatever that looks like. Maybe you're in some particular place. Maybe you are, driving a particular car, whatever it might be there, whatever that you might be looking at your online bank statement and seeing the amount of money you want to come in. You may be, feeling your health improved. You may be, running a marathon or something like that. And just feeling really good. Allow yourself to really imagine what you imagine the successful outcome would look like, would feel like. Engage as many of your senses as possible. Make it as real as possible. And following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of any part of you that feels unsafe, any part of you that feels resistant, any part of you that feels doubtful, anything that might come up about why you couldn't or shouldn't have this outcome. Whether it's some belief that you have, whether it's somebody else's voice. Just feeling I couldn't or shouldn't have this outcome because ... And also allow yourself to be aware of anything that might come up, for instance, saying, in order to have this, I would need ... And notice what comes up inside. Notice how you feel. Sometimes we're aware of words and pictures and all kinds of things like that. And sometimes we're just aware of, I just get this tense feeling somewhere, tightness in my shoulders, a knot in my stomach. And allow yourself to be aware of what beliefs you might have about, well, you can't have this because you would need to be smarter, you would need to be richer, you would need to be from a different family, you would need whatever it might be. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes. Even though I might still have some reasons why I can't have this, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might still have some reasons why I can't have this, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might still have some reasons why I can't have this, why I shouldn't have this, why I shouldn't even be contemplating it. Even though I might still have some reasons why I can't have this, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who contributes to these reasons. All these reasons why I can't have this. All these reasons why it wouldn't be possible. I don't have what it takes. I don't have the training. I don't have the money. I don't have the courage. I don't have the confidence. And I can imagine that scene at the end of The Wizard of Oz, where the wizard says to each person, there are people out there having great things who have no more courage or anything else than you do. I'm allowing myself to know what part of me already knows deep down inside. I've got what it takes to do what it takes. I don't need the wizard to pull something out of his bag. I just need to let go of some old beliefs. They may be my own misunderstandings. They may be somebody else's misunderstandings. And I was a really good student. And I took on that negativity. In terms of what's possible from me, I choose to be open to the possibility. I may have barely scratched the surface. I just need to let go of what no longer belongs. Just like Michelangelo creating the David. I'm just chipping away what doesn't belong to reveal the masterpiece that's underneath. Underneath all the fear, underneath all the doubt, underneath all of that stuff, underneath all of these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't be who I want to be, why I couldn't or shouldn't do what I want to do, why I couldn't or shouldn't have what I want to have. Under all of that stuff is pure awesomeness. And part of me knows that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here tapping right now. If I really believed it wasn't possible, I could have found something else to be doing right now. I know that that masterpiece, that awesomeness, and that capacity for possibilities is all right here inside of me. And I just need to let go of what no longer belongs. Especially all this fear of having what I want. If I achieved what I want to achieve, if 2024 was truly awesome for me, what am I afraid would be the negative consequence? And is that true? Because other people are going to have an awesome 2024. Why not me? And I'm processing all the answers that come up to that question. I'm questioning those doubts, releasing as many as possible, truly setting myself free in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. All right, Peta, over to you.
Fantastic. If you want to just go within again, everybody, so come back to that goal, close your eyes and just feel in again. So Brad had you thinking about that area of your life that you really felt into and experienced as having come true. Just want to take this a step further for you. Think about now that someone's taken a photo of you in that moment and that you've stepped out of the photo and you're holding the photo of yourself in your hand, or it's ahead of you there, and that's you, your future self, in that goal having come true, or that spectacular version. And you're looking at that from your vantage point of today. So you've got that there. I just want you to think about for a moment that, yep, sometimes there are things we have to do between now and then for that to actually manifest or come true. And seeing ourselves easily accomplish those is part of that process. So when you're ready, just come back to me, open your eyes. I promise I'll slow down. I like to do things fast. And here we go. So even though I've got this wonderful vision of what's possible for me this year, I know there may be things I'm yet to do to make that come true. And I accept this is part of my journey. Even though there may be obstacles I have to overcome for this spectacular goal to come true. I choose to tackle these obstacles with ease and grace. Even though this spectacular goal for 2024 might require I do some difficult steps, I choose to be open to these and love myself along the way. Up to your eyebrow. This spectacular goal that I know is possible might have some steps I have to take along the way. What if it was possible for me? I could take those steps to achieve this. What if I could get there more easily than I thought? What if I could be open to all those obstacles? I know part of me is a bit scared. And sometimes part of me might procrastinate. Especially if action needs to be taken. I know that's the old me. And new goals require a new me. I can see myself in that new goal, even though I'm still here. But I have got a glimpse of that new me. And if I can see it, then that already exists. I can see the new me. In that spectacular goal. I can feel those feelings. Possibility feelings. And when the obstacles arise, and I know they'll arise, even Brad and Peter have obstacles. I will remember to do some tapping. When I feel that resistance, my familiar resistance, it's my old friend. I will remember to do some tapping. Because I can hold that image of myself in that future goal. And start to think about taking steps towards that. If I hold that goal, that image, then I know it's just a matter of time. I'm open to all the obstacles. Because I can tap my way through them. I can tap on resistance. I can tap on possibility. I will remember to tap on doubt. Because I can already see myself having achieved that goal. So close your eyes for a minute, everybody. And again, think about that you've got that photo of yourself having already achieved that goal and what that might feel like in your hand. But now bring your hand closer to yourself so that it's closer to who you are now in the moment. And this is something you can play with as you drift to sleep at night. Holding the photo of your future goal having been achieved, but start to move your hand closer. And of course, I tried to remind you in that purely because I wrote a book on memory last year about remembering to do the tapping. When that familiar old friend, resistance, doubt, disbelief comes up, I know what to do here. Just a moment of tapping in the car, in the bathroom, in the shower, and then moving back towards bringing that image in closer. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, but anything else that might be coming up there, and if you are rating your level of doubt or disbelief or even belief, keep a note of those so that you can just check your progress as you go through. So I saw Brad laughing at some of our familiar friends of resistance.
Well, and I was just going to say, I love that you put it that way because it's, like I always say, that self sabotage is simply misguided self love. And so seeing the resistance as a friend, because too often we beat ourselves up. It's like, oh, I didn't do that thing. I'm so stupid. I'm so lazy. I procrastinate. I'm this and that. We beat ourselves up. It's like, no, part of me said, hey, that's not safe.
Mm.
I stopped myself in my mind from stepping out into traffic. It's like, hey, I just saved your life. And we're sort of beating ourselves up. It's like, what? I saved your life. But it's tapping through and going, okay, is there really traffic? Oh, there's no cars around here anywhere. There's this, it is really safe for me to move forward. And I love the idea of the photo. And I want to take a little bit further on that. So because I always love sharing the great quote from Dr. Joyce Brothers about you will never consistently perform in a manner which is inconsistent with the way you see yourself. So everyone, go ahead and close your eyes again and imagine that picture, just like Peter said, that photo of you achieving this. and just feeling what goes on inside your body. Rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 as to how much you feel that you are that person. 10 is I am already that person. I have what that person has. I can do what that person does. And don't judge yourself harshly if the number comes up lower than that. Even if it comes up much lower, just allow yourself to be aware of, oh, great, now I know. Because if we don't do this, if we don't ask this question, then we're sitting there beating ourselves up for not doing something that we don't really believe we can do. So it's a matter of looking and going, why? Okay, if I don't see myself at a 10 of that, why not? Close your eyes or open your eyes. Take a deep breath. Even though I have some self-doubt, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I have some self-doubt, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I have some self-doubt, I might not yet totally believe that that's really a picture of me. Someone who kind of looks like me, but I doubt that I can do what that person is doing. And even though I have some self-doubt, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who has contributed to this doubt. All this self-doubt, all these ideas about why I'm not that person in the picture, or at least not yet. And I choose to clear these doubts. Clearing all these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't recognize that that's really me. Because that is really me. Minus some old niggling doubts. Which is being released. I have what it takes to do what it takes. And if I didn't already know that, I wouldn't be here tapping on my face right now. All this fear of being that person. My friends and family might be jealous of that person. Or they might have higher expectations of that person. It sounds fun to be that person, but there would be a lot of responsibilities. Part of me says it's not worth it. And I'm clearing these doubts, clearing these fears. Taking a good look at that photo again. That person can handle those expectations. That person can handle other people's jealousy. That person in the photo can encourage other people to be their best selves. Rather than being afraid of those people, I'm inspiring those people. Not only is it safe for me to be that person, it's a gift to others as well. I'm acknowledging that I am that person in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Close your eyes. Imagine that picture again, and rate yourself again on a scale of 0 to 10 as to how strongly you feel that you are that person. And hopefully that's come up, and you may be aware of some other things to tap and clear away. Open your eyes. And I really hadn't planned this, but since this is part of this is about building your confidence and self-esteem, Peta, what can you tell folks about building their confidence and self-esteem?
I just think we need to tap. Um, yeah, look, all my years of working in the space of eating disorders, it was such an area that was impacted that just more and more what I come back to is just trying to remember to feel good in yourself. And that's really the way I describe self-esteem, self-confidence. So we might end with some tapping on that today, just with that whole idea that if I can just find a way to feel good in whatever's happening in my life, and if I have to work on self-esteem and confidence, then I can do some tapping and I can work on that. Like Brad just said, we will radiate that out. So let's just do a little bit of tapping on that, and I'll show you how this can go. So over we go. Even though I don't always feel good, I don't always feel good about me. I choose to be open to the possibility in 2024. Even though sometimes I judge myself, I have judgments from others, and I don't feel good about me. I choose to be open to this in 2024. Even though I don't always feel good. But the universe likes us to feel good. I choose to keep working on this in 2024 with tapping. Up to our eyebrow. I don't always feel good about me. Maybe I was told things when I was younger. I was told not to feel good. But I want to feel good about me. Feeling good will help those goals come true. But I have old messaging. Other people told me their thoughts. They were about me, not to feel good. But what if that was their messages? Could I give them back? It wasn't really a lovely gift. And I could give it back. I want to feel good about me. And messages can be given back. What if I wrap it in a box right now? And I imagine giving that box back. I could thank them. Thank you for the gift. I needed it for a while. but I'm actually giving it back now. I've wrapped it in a box. All of those parts of me that don't feel good. I'm giving the box back now. Because someone gave me a picture. And the photo of me in that picture, I felt really good. This is my new gift. That photo of me where I felt really good. That's the true me. And that's my New Year's gift. That's the gift I want to keep. Let's just pause for a moment, everyone, and just feel into what might be coming up. Maybe people's faces come to mind, things that were told to you, but what could you put in the box? I love the analogy of, yes, that gift was really, really useful for some time in your life, but you can give gifts back. People re-gift all the time. And Brad laughs, so he might do that. And we're going to give that gift back to parents, carers, teachers, whoever it might be. Thank you very much. Here's my new gift. I hope that was helpful, everyone.
That was awesome. Speaking of gifts, in terms of building confidence, self-esteem, Peta has a new awesome program of tapping on that. The link is below. And I believe folks are getting a special offer on that as well. Another gift, New Year's gift. So if you want to tell folks,
Yeah,
we're about to jump on the VIP call. Yes, and
yes.
someone was asking about the VIP. The link, you should be able to see the link either on my website. If you're watching this on my website, you'll see the link up above. If you're on you looking at this on YouTube, you'll see it down below in the information box. And we'll be joining that soon. So if you wanted to join us for an hour of Q&A and tapping, for it to go even more in depth, and we'll be working with people on Zoom be able to work with a few people on one-on-one. But before that, tell us about your new program.
Thank you, Brad. Yes, this is brand new and inspired, like I said, just about, trying to feel good. Most of the people we might see one-on-one in sessions and things like that, we're ultimately just coming back to, I just want to feel good. And the self-esteem confidence place is often eroded when we're little ones. So it is a self-paced, obviously lifetime access program online. We've got 30% off just for our people that have joined us for this particular hour. So 30% off. And the code, which will be very easy to remember, is BRAD, B-R-A-D. So Brad will give you 30% off.
I'll never remember that.
You will never remember that. But you'll actually also see, just for Brad, for anyone listening in, that in February, I'm going to do an hour's live Q&A, but also tapping on screen with people as volunteers. So there'll be, normally that's not part of the program, but there will be an hour. It's on a Monday morning for me, but a Sunday evening for those of you in the States or around the world. And we will record that. So we'll give you access to that if you don't make it live. So remember, Brad, 30%, and that hour, we'll send you out the details of logging in. That'd be great. Thank you, Brad.
Oh, thank you so much. Awesome. And I have gone through parts of it, and it's pretty darn cool. You're awesome. Thank you so much for suggesting this. Pete and I have been friends. This is coming up 8 years since we met, and you're one of my favorite people. And so ending the year chatting with you is awesome. And I think this has been awesome playing back and forth like this. And I hope everyone feels that you've gotten a lot of benefit from this hour. Feel free to, not free, it's VIP, it's an upgrade. But if you want to join us for the VIP afterwards, you can click the link. And again, I will be doing another New Year's Day, USA New Year's Day tap-in at 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. And so I hope a lot of folks join me for that. And thank you so much, Peta.
Oh,
And
thank you, Brad. Thank you. It's just been a pleasure. And I just want to echo too, sometimes you meet these people that you have never met before, but you instantly know, there's some connection. And that was Brad and I 8 years ago. So he was walking into a room and I'm like, Brad, he's like, Peter, like we knew each other. So I hope that, our combination together here has inspired you to maybe create your 2024 into something epic and spectacular, what you want to achieve, everyone. So happy New Year from Australia.
yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. Those of you joining us for the VIP, we will see you in 5 minutes. So that'll be 10 minutes after the hour. You can go ahead and join the group, and we'll let you in just a few minutes. And for everyone else, we truly wish you a very, very happy New Year, an awesome 2024, and all the best for you and yours.